game sure didn't go the Phillies' way. Yo, what is going on, everybody? Welcome to the Phillies Sets of Videocast. Today we're going to recap this afternoon's spring training game between the Philadelphia Phillies and the Toronto Blue Jays as the Phillies lose 7-1 to the Blue Jays as they get absolutely destroyed this afternoon. Now, guys, before we get into this video, please subscribe yet, not yet. Please turn on the notification bell. Please like this video, comment on this video, share this video, and let's get into this. So, Adonis Benitez started this game for the Phils, only went one inning. Drew's already really gone through the pitching staff in this one. Of course, it is spring training. You're supposed to utilize the most that you can out of your players. A lot of pinch hitting opportunities, a lot of, pitching substitutions. I get it. I mean, that's the way spring training works. But this game did not go the Phillies' way, as I said earlier. As I said, it is spring training. It's not the end of the world. And let me just say, Alex Carr made this point on Twitter. And I'm going to reiterate what he said. MLB should televise every spring training game. It is ridiculous why we cannot watch these games. I mean, it's just ridiculous. I understand. We're thankful that some games are televised, but it's ridiculous that some games are televised. This is the year 2021, and you're telling me that not every spring training game is going to be televised. And the thing that amazes me is that just a few years ago, I mean, most of the spring training games were televised. Not only, it's like only half of the spring training games are televised. So we're taking a step backwards. And this doesn't make any sense. So none of the road games are televised. So tomorrow, Bryce Harper's going to be playing. We're not even going to be able to see him. It's just so annoying. It's just so annoying, and thank God this game wasn't televised because we weren't missing much. But as I said, this game did not go the Phillies' way. As the Phillies' woes against the Blue Jays continue, we always lose to the Blue Jays. I don't get it. I don't get it. Here at TD Ballpark in this one, I've been to TD Ballpark last year. It's a very, very nice facility. But let's pick up the scoring summary in the bottom of the third inning. MLB at bat totally messed up in this one. We'll get into that a little bit later. Bubic hit singles on a sharp line drive to center field. George Springer, the new Toronto Blue Jay, on a massive contract, comes around to score, and it's now 1-0 Jays. So Bubic, one of the Jays' young players, singling home a new acquisition, a new slugger on the Toronto Blue Jays, leaving the cheating Houston Astros to go sign with the Toronto Blue Jays. I like Springer much better on the Blue Jays. Thank God he did leave those cheating Astros. I'm sure he's very, very glad they got out of that environment. So it's now 1-0 Jays. And then in the top of the fourth inning, this was I think it was a mistake from MLB at bat. A wild pitch was thrown by Rafael Dolis. Odubel Herrera comes on to score, and it's now a tie ball game at 1. Well, first of all, they sent notification out as Odubel Herrera scores. The Phillies now lead the Blue Jays 1-0. At that time, it was a tie ball game, but they said it was 1-0 Phillies, which was ridiculous. That was false information. That's not the first time they messed up. So do not be fooled by MLB at bat. I remember way back last year in July in those exhibition games, one of them against the Baltimore Orioles, I messed up my whole entire video because they had all false information. So that's not the first time that they've misled me. So they misled all of us. Then in the bottom of the fourth inning, we do the same thing as a wild pitch was thrown by Jones, and Jeff Mathis just couldn't handle it and actually went down as a pass ball by Jeff Mathis. It was not actually Jones' fault. As Otto Lopez comes around to score, and it's now a 2-1 ball game. So that was a pass ball to Jeff Mathis, as I said. I mean, Jones was the one who threw that pitch, but that was not considered a wild pitch. That was actually marked down as a pass ball by Jeff Mathis, who is supposed to be a very, very good defensive catcher. He's supposed to develop a good, chemistry relationship with the pitchers. Everybody makes mistakes. This is why it's spring training. So the Blue Jays now take a 2-1 lead. And in the bottom of the sixth inning, Logan Worthen singles on a line drive to left field. Otto Lopez scores, and it's now 3-1 Jays. So the Jays are just, they just have a really good offense. They just really do. They have one of the best young offenses in baseball, especially now with their addition of George Springer. I mean, I think that just makes that lineup so complete. I mean, if you're going to have Vladimir Guerrero Jr., really step it up, and he's lost some weight. If he could step it up, I think Bo Bichette continue to do what he does best. I think you're really going to see a good Toronto Blue Jays team in 2021. I really, really do. But we're not really here to talk about that. This is your opponent. But I always want to beat it. I understand spring training. I still want to win, even though it's spring training. A lot of people are like, spring training doesn't matter. I agree. Technically, it doesn't matter. I still would like to win, though. I still like to win. I'm not going to get so upset if they don't win, but I still would like to win. But as I said, this game just did not go the Phillies' way. Then in the same inning, Chris Beck singles on a line drive to left field. Logan Worthen scores, and it's now a 4-1 ball game. So the Jays getting some runs in this inning, and then they would just pile it on us. This just put us out of our misery. As Con Large homers on a fly ball to right center field, Forrest Wall and Chris Beck score a 3-run shot to now make it a 7-1 ball game. and the Toronto Blue Jays would go on and win by that score. 7-1 your final score, as he yet again beat the Phillies once again. I mean, we always lose to the Blue Jays. I mean, you go back and look at September in the regular season last year at Citizens Bank Park. The Phillies did win a series against the Toronto Blue Jays then, but usually the Phillies just do not play well against the Toronto Blue Jays. It even dates back to the 1993 World Series, where they were walked off. That was a horrible, horrible game. Oh my goodness gracious! I just get, I wasn't even alive for that. That was like 11 years before I was even born, but you know, my parents are telling me about that. I've seen the videos and all that kind of stuff. Man, that was just insane. Joe Carter. Oh my goodness gracious! I just can't stand that guy because of what he did to us. But you know what? This game, you can't really scrutinize these spring training games. I mean, you know, pitching staff. You're going to go look at our pitching line. Now, each guy went 1 inning. I mean, come on. I mean, so you can't really look too much into this game. And a lot of guys are getting new opportunities. It's just really not the end of the world. We didn't really get to see much of the big boys. So I want to have a point to talk about the end of the video. You know, let's talk about yesterday's ball game against the Pittsburgh Pirates. I just want to mention a little brief thing about that. Pretty cool. But I mean, Odubel Herrera scored a run. He also singled today. So good job, Odubel Herrera. I'll tell you what, man. Now with Adam Hazley with his groin strain out for 3 weeks, by the way, which is big news. He might not even be ready for opening day, which he probably won't. So this really, really helps Odubel Herrera's case of making the open day roster and being our everyday center fielder. I mean, my, oh my. What did I talk about back in January? I made a video addressing the Phillies center fielder problem. I said, Adam Hazley needs to stay more healthy. I mean, he can't keep having all these injuries. As I said, it's easier said than done. But now he has this groin problem. It's just nothing but issues with Adam Hazley. And I'm tired of it. I really am tired of it. We can't just, I'm tired of being patient. I'm tired of, you know, giving this guy passes. It's just like injury after injury after injury. And this guy is so young. It's just like he's amazing. He's having these back issues, and now he's having the groin strain. It's just like, it's not good. And you know, a groin strain is very, very painful. Very painful. I mean, like, my, oh my, I never had that, but I can't even imagine. I have sympathy, but I do have sympathy. But I mean, once again, I mean, you gotta just like, it's just like, oh my goodness gracious, this injury. It's just so much bad luck with this guy. It's just kind of sad. It's kind of sad because I see the potential. As I said yesterday in the live stream, you could cross Roman Quinn's name off the list of being a potential everyday center fielder because he's not sending, you know, everyday material. He's just not. Once again, if he couldn't run, he wouldn't be on the team. I mean, let's just be honest. I mean, his offensive ability is just terrible. As I said, he's a good pinch runner. He could run when he does hit one down the gap. I mean, once again, the rabbit is loose, but he's just not that good offensively. I mean, and once again, he's not the greatest defender. Doesn't have the best heads-up play. Not the biggest Roman Quinn fan, but I've been pretty disappointed with him. But not much out of the Phillies offense today. I mean, just that one measly run. It was from a wild pitch. I mean, it's just like nothing. I mean, after we scored 15 runs against the New York Yankees the other day. Alec Bohm was in the lineup today, by the way, and after he scored 3 runs yesterday against the Pittsburgh Pirates, not much out of the Phillies offense today against the Toronto Blue Jays. They were just completely outmatched. Just Tanner Roark, former Washington National and Cincinnati Red and Oakland A, was on the mound for the Jays in this one. Once again, they actually compared Roark's stats with Trevor Bauer's stats the past couple of years, and they're eerily similar. It just makes no sense to me. I just want to throw that in there. I think Roark is extremely underrated. I understand he had a really bad year last year. I still think he's a little overpaid, but I like Roark a lot. I think he's a good guy. I think he puts up okay numbers. As I said, last year was pretty terrible for him. But Adonis Benitez started this game for the Phillies, as I said earlier. Just went the 1 inning, 1 hit. But Jones got smacked with a loss in this one, as that run was unearned because it was a pass ball by Jeff Mathis. So Jones gets smacked with the loss in this one. But Ellen De Los Santos strikes out the side. That was really nice to see. I mean, once again, it just seems like this guy's been highly touted in the Phillies farm system, and it seems like he never has really been able to get it going. And I'm hoping that he could start to turn it on a little bit and get better. I think we all are, because we know the potential's there with Ellen De Los Santos. He was acquired back in December 2017 and he Freddie Galvis deal with the San Diego Padres. A lot of people do not know that. But not much really else to talk about this game. We didn't get to see it on TV. We didn't really get to see much of it, so there's not really much else to talk about. Didn't get to listen to it on the radio, so I don't know all the key details. I didn't see, if they were locating well. I couldn't really see, if they were putting good swings on the ball, if they were hitting it hard. I mean, once again, we don't know because we didn't get to watch it on TV. Of course, they have the play-by-play summary, but it's not the same thing as seeing it, live television, on video. It's just not. I think we all know that. But just to talk briefly about yesterday's 3-0 victory over the Pittsburgh Pirates. That was unbelievable. Bryce Harper in his first spring training at bat goes deep to left field. unbelievable. You know, he's kind of shortened up his stance a little bit. Now has his bat. You know, he kind of goes out a little bit with his hands. He's always done that his whole entire career. He usually changes his, you know, where he has his hands. Now it's less dramatic. He kind of lets his bat go parallel with his body, and then he goes. Not as dramatic. And he hit it out to left field, opposite field. That ball was destroyed, and he also singled into the shift and went right under the glove, marked it down as a single. So Andrew McCutcheon also homered yesterday's ball game. That ball was absolutely destroyed. That was to left field too. So 3-0 Phillies yesterday. Yesterday's game was so exciting. It just was so nice to see Bryce. And apparently we're supposed to see Bryce again tomorrow. He's interviewed after the game. I just got the word he's traveling with the team tomorrow to Tampa to play the New York Yankees. Along with Gene Segura and Andrew McCutcheon. So they're all going to be traveling there tomorrow as we play the New York Yankees. 105 the first pitch. As our bad luck against the Toronto Blue Jays continues. I don't know if you even want to call it bad luck, because it's bad baseball. Bad baseball against the Toronto Blue Jays. And yes, I understand spring training. You can't really look too much into this, but we have not had good luck against this Blue Jays team recently. We just haven't. We just have not. I mean, if you exclude the great series we had at Citizens Bank Park last September, where we won the series. I believe that was a 4-game series. Won the series. If you exclude that, we have not played well against the Blue Jays. Not in spring training. Remember we put out like that 7-0 lead against them last August. So we don't have the best luck when it comes to playing the Toronto Blue Jays. I mean, I don't even want to look back at, as I said earlier, the '93 World Series. That was just not pretty. But Bryce Harper, being interviewed after yesterday's ball game, was asked a lot of questions. He was asked about Duber Herrera. He said, I don't condone what he did. I completely agree with Bryce, but he was asked, do you forgive him? And he basically said that, like, that's not my decision to have a say on that, which was kind of a weird thing to say, because he didn't really answer the question, which isn't the end of the world. I mean, it probably made him feel a little uncomfortable to put him on the spot like that. But I think if, the Duber Herrera, topic is brought up, I think, part of the discussion, I think you probably know you're probably going to be asked, do you forgive him? But Bryce didn't really make a comment about that. He didn't say yes or no. And another funny thing is, he didn't even know what WAR even is. He didn't even know wins above replacement. It just goes to show you some of the best baseball players out there don't even know some of these advanced stats. It's usually the guys that don't play baseball that know more about the advanced stats. Look at Mike Schmidt. You look at some of these other guys in the booth. I mean, usually the guys that sit on the bench, and that's why a lot of managers were former catchers, because they saw more of the game. Usually the stars, they actually know least amount about the game. It's just really just amazing. It's really just amazing if you really think about it like that. Just really opened my eyes to that, because I remember because Mike Schmidt thinks that Nolan Arenado is the best third baseman in baseball. Mike Schmidt's my all-time favorite player ever. But he's totally wrong on that. No way Nolan Arenado is the best third baseman in baseball right now. There's no way. Anthony Rendon is by far the best. So it just goes to show you some of the best baseball players are usually not the smartest when it comes to baseball. It's just kind of funny. But tomorrow, against the New York Yankees at George M. Steinbrenner Field in Tampa, Florida, Zach Wheeler on the bump going against Jordan Montgomery of the New York Yankees. The Yankees are 3-3, same with the Phillies. The Phillies are actually 3-3-1. They actually have one tie as well. So tomorrow, it's our 8th game of spring training already, as we're moving in 1 week into spring training, as we're moving closer and closer to the regular season, which I'm really looking forward to. So, guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Please subscribe if you have not yet. Please turn the notification bell. Please like this video, comment on this video, share this video. Check out the social media link in the description section at Phillies House of Instagram, TikTok, RFNX, Instagram, card text 267-225-3392. Email me, phillieshouse@gmail.com. Guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Zach Wheeler against Jordan Montgomery, George M. Steinbrenner Field in Tampa, Florida against the Yankees. Harper, most likely playing tomorrow. Guys, thanks so much for watching. I am Luke, and I'll talk to you all later. Let's go, Phillies. I'll see you again.